And welcome back to One on One. I'm still here in the studio with Gyedu-Blay, Ambolley, the man who, according to him, was the first to bring rap music in the world. And they didn't come from America. It was first initialized there in Africa, Ghana to be precise. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Now let's talk about some of your music. There's one that you have about Akokoba Jaisu. Jaididi. I mean, I listened to the song before even meeting you here to have a conversation with you, and it sounded more like what they are come to say, Ekutia. What exactly was the brain behind that song, and was it specially recorded for somebody else?
You know, Akokoba Jaididi is like empty barrels. You know, they make the most sound. You know, because when the barrel is empty coming, you can hear it from a far distance, you know. And if you look at chicken, you know, and its babies, you see that the babies are crying more than the mother, because the mother is leading the babies and the mother the crop. But you see the baby chicken, because, you know, they're looking for food, and things like that. But at the end of the day, you know, the owner is going to put a basket. You know, all of them going to go under the basket, you know, for safekeeping and all that. So it became proverbial, you know, because you know, so you run in your mouth and things like that. But at the end of the day, the basket is your place of abode. You know, so it's a proverb, you know, because a lot of people talk more than they can do.
How do you relate that in recent life, political-wise, and the ordinary lifestyle? How can we relate that to it?
Yeah, I relate that to it because a lot of people are showing off. You know, I am this. You know, when they make a little money and things like that, they want to show that, oh, I am, and things like that. But if you really check them, you know, how they make their money, you know, where they are and things like that, they see that, you know, they're just trying to create impression. You know, and a lot of people do that. Because when we get out there, everybody wants to show that I am.
Yeah.
That sort of format. But size that person up. You see that he's running his mouth more than he can do.
In 1986, the song Nyamia Branti, the great Simano, was given birth to.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did that happen? Such a beautiful piece.
Yeah. This is a song that, you know, back in the days in Sekendia, Semensudu, you know, our elders were singing it. You know, me, I bring some music, Mobom Life, because it's like somebody who's won lotto. You know, you win lotto and you become swollen-headed. You think that, oh, I am that I am, because, you know, you put nice clothes, be smoking and things like that. But in lo and behold, if you're not able to take good care of what you're doing, you're going to lose all the money. You know, then you're going to go back to square one. You know, so that's the formation of music, that whatever that you have, you know, if you make some money and things like that, take good care of it. You know, you don't style up yourself that, yeah, you want to show that, yeah.
But is that not where, let's take it back to credit. Is that not where, you just told me that this song was already being sung by people with the entire credit. You know, nice clothes, nice heart, some cigarette and all that. Is it not an influence from what the foreigners also brought to Takrady at the time?
Yeah, it's an influence, but you just don't do it by just doing it. You know, you have to have something at the back of your mind, because too many things are happening in the world that if you're not able to take care of yourself and take care of your belongings and what you have, it means that you're going to lose them. You know, so though the Americanization and everything is there, but we're doing it with back mind, you know, back thoughts that, hey, I'm doing it, but sir, I got to be careful.
And how was the effect on people when the song was released? Man,
even today, I read that song back in '86, and how many years now? And even today, when I still play, people they enjoy it, they acclimatize to it. I mean, they can't get enough of the music. But it's all based upon the fact that if you do it and you do it genuinely and things like that, the music will stay young as far as it can.
Let's quickly remind ourselves of how the song sounds. I mean, a lie wouldn't be bad. Just a lie wouldn't be bad.
You know, it's a gift that I have. Talking about composing, talking about arranging, and you know, that sort of form of pumps. So apart from the lyrics, is the music that's behind it, that is pushing the lyrics and everything, and that's my gift. All those kind of pam 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 pam, it's all gift that the Almighty, you know, just passes through me.
So you don't write it through any stuff within. They don't have to read the music before they play them. You just write the chords and all that.
No, it's a gift that comes, and the moment it comes, it's just like, you know, drawing. You know, you can get an idea, you know, and put it out in sketches and all that.
I know you might have heard some of our new and young artists fusing some of your songs into their songs. They've sampled some of your songs and all that. How do you react to that?
Anything that is being done, I think we have to do it for the better. You know, many of them, it doesn't, you know, sit right with me, how they treat, you know, my music and things like that, because many of them are not musicians. You know, many of them are just playing around the computers, you know, and feel that, okay, I'm believing this thing, so let me infuse that into it and all that. But it doesn't have to be that way. It has to be for real. You know, that song 86, and it's still happening, it's for real. If not, the song would have vanished a long time ago.
Which song have you heard with the piece of your music that you thought or think hasn't been done right?
Even the same song that we're talking about. I think whether it's one of these rappers, what's his name?
JB?
JB and all that, yeah. I remember he used, I bent his, yes, but the rhythm, the beat, and things like that. I think it was too light for me.
So did you try to speak to him about it, and how did he respond to it?
They played it for me to hear one time, because I remember D Black and something like that. I think they were doing that kind of combination. He called me to the studio to listen to it and things like that. I listened to it, but you know, to their level, they think that is fantastic. But to my level, it wasn't reaching where it has to reach.
But don't you believe we are in a different generation, a different century, where things and ways of doing things have changed? Don't you believe in that?
No, I believe in that, but it has to be for the better. I mean, if it means that, you know, because we are in computer age, you know, technological age and things like that. So I think that we have to use that to make it even better than mine. Because when I was doing that music, technology wasn't there. You know, computers weren't there. But today we have them. You know, it's just like the movies. You know, white people have been telling our stories for us, you know, using the cameras and things like that. Today we have the cameras. So how are we telling our story? We have to tell our story, because we own the stories. But it's rather they are copying the white way of making movies, you know, and things like that. And like if you take the Kumawood and Kumasi and things like that, they take the old man, paint his face like an old man, and to play a part. And I mean, we need to grow beyond that. Because if you take Nigerian movies, they don't do that. If somebody is a grown-up, they take a grown-up to play that part. You know, so these are the things that we need to do to make whatever that we're doing, you know, to be better. Because we have to grow. We don't have to retrogress. No.
All right, and now enough of that. Let's not talk about you and your how do I say it? Your wanting to travel and explore and open your wings, spread your wings. So in 1988, you left for the U.S., New York to be precise. Tell me, why the U.S.? And imagine a man who has so much of accolades in his hometown, okay, releasing a hit song back in the 70s, traveling to the U.S., and becoming a security personnel? Why did you do that?
No, I went to America because I saw that I have conquered Ghana musically, because my music was everywhere. But America too America is an entertainment center of the world, because one would see music that was coming from there. The Black Americans, expressing the music, they said that the entertainment in America was huge, talking about music, talking about movies and everything. So I said, then why don't you go there?
But you didn't start off there as a musician. You started off there as a security man, or let's say a security personnel.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't living in America. If you go to somebody's country, you are new. You know what I mean? You can't go to somebody's country and just become huge and things like that. You have to start from somewhere. So to be able to pay my bills, and things like that, I didn't mind working as a security guy, because I knew the reason why I went to America. So I need to put myself together to be able to stand on my feet so that I can explore my reasons of going to America. So being a security man, it didn't bother me, because I need to have a place to stay. I need to buy some food and things like that. And security job was giving me that from the beginning. And I didn't even care about it, because I knew that at some point in time, my music is going to take my forefront more than being a security guard.
And at what point did your music come in whilst when the U.S. was still working as a security guard?
In the course of my being a security guard, I had a chance of performing at the Apollo Theater.
How did that happen?
Somebody introduced me to Apollo.
Ghanaian?
No, it's an African-American woman called Roberta, and she knew somebody there, and she knew the music that I was doing as well. So they said, okay, they're going, because Apollo is a strategic place that if you fumble a little bit, the audience will boo you out, And me from Africa, being able to hit Apollo. And when you hit Apollo, music, we have so many artists that you play one song, you leave for the next act to come. Here, me from Africa, I was able to play 2 songs at a go. Because when I finished my first song, I asked the audience, you want more? Then they say, yeah. Then I looked at the face of the promoter. He couldn't say no. So it was a record for me that to be able to conquer
at the
Apollo.
Time.
Man, I saw that, yes, I've arrived.
Can I boldly say that you were the first Ghanaian to perform at the Apollo?
Well, during that time, I didn't know of any other Ghanaian that had the chance of performing there. Maybe some might have done that, but I didn't see them. Until I went there and did my performance and paved my way. So out of that, I had the chances of performing at other clubs. Because we had African clubs, and every year too there was African festivals and things like that. So it also opened the doors for me.
Now, this was a crowd that you know nothing of.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's land. The moment you go on stage, what's going through your mind? Let's recount.
When I went on, we hit the stage, I saw that, because before I hit the stage, other acts were performing. Honestly, so I was just checking what was going on, and the reaction of the audience as well. So when I hit the stage, because you see, my music is in combination of African, the American, and everything all together. And they took the Africans away from Africa, but they couldn't take Africa away from them. So whatever that I was doing, they were feeling it. Because when I hit the stage, and I said, they haven't heard that before, but they couldn't get enough of it. Yeah, the moves. And in the course of that, 2 African-American girls, they jumped on the stage, started dancing with me and all that kind. So the crowd, got haywire, and things like that. And it gave me a total confidence. When they jump on the stage dancing with me and things like that, it was a total confidence.
Were you paid for that show, or you thought it's a parlor after all, for free?
No, I don't think I was paid for that show, but it was a show for me to introduce myself, into the American scene. And Even if they weren't paying me, I would have done that, and I'm still going to do that because they have to know you. You know, they have to see you. You're African. Okay, what do you have? And what can you do? And that was a chance for me to express, and it was fantastic.
You love Fela Kuti.
Love? That what?
I mean, you have a certain respect for him as an artist. Tell me about that.
Fela?
Yeah.
Oh, Fela, you know, if you take Africa, you know, take musicians coming from Africa, Fela's creation is deep. You know, he attended school in England and things like learned a little bit of what we call it, classics and things like that. But when he came back, he took the African in him. You know, talking about his compositions, you know, talking about his rhythms and things like that, talking about his horns, talking about his singing and things like that. It was fantastic. We have other great African musicians, Hugh Masekela and all them, they're all there. But Fela's creativity was authentic because, you know, it was total creation, you know, and I respected him for that.
All right. Now, earlier, before we started talking here, you and I were speaking about music made in Ghana and that of Nigeria, and we shared views on how it looks like the high life is losing its grounds because there's a new trend, the Afrobeat. I believe in evolution, okay, but where do you stand?
For me, you know, being a musician, I always stand with the creative part of music. Every country has its music, every country. So the gift of music that we have, that it was, you know, transferred from our seniors, you know, musicians to us, we need to hold it and expose it to the world. You know, the younger ones these days, when they get up, so I'm a dancehall artist, but we know that dancehall was created from Jamaica. So how can you sit down and call yourself a dancehall king? You can't be a king more than the creator. You know, and whatever that it is, like you're saying, it's evolution. Even if you want to become a dancehall artist and things like that, you have to become a dancehall artist in the Ghanaian format.
How can the person do that?
Oh yeah, it's plus minuses and things like that. You have to have that creativity to do that, because if a brother from Jamaica does a song like yes.
Yeah.
So you two have to highlight it, you know, in our way.
The bill of high life.
Yeah.
Is that why when you were invited to a jazz show in the US, you ended up singing the American song with a touch of high life? Is that a reason why?
Because we have to express it. Let them know that this is not what they do, but this is what we do. Because I'm from Ghana, yes, nice one. I do this and things like that. So if I take American music and I highlight it and Africanize it, it becomes more interesting. Because they've known theirs. So some of them think that they can't do anything different. But like I said, the Latin musicians from South America, they can take they play that in the Latin format. So when the Americans also hear, they say, oh wow, this is, yeah. So this is how music is going to do, because they are from South America, that's their rhythm. We're from Ghana, this is our rhythm. So if we want to sell it or take it beyond the shores of Ghana, then we have to put an identity in it, because identification is very, very important. Without identity, it can be anything.
So currently, let's talk about the young chaps who are doing amazing work like Black Cherries and all that. Who's your favorite Ghanaian musician assistant?
There are a few ones in there who are for real. You know, when I came back from America, what the raps that Obrafo was doing at that time was it was fascinating. I mean, taking the locals and things like that. And, you know, I said, yeah, that's something. But the music that he took to back the rap, he was taking foreign music to back the rap. That's the saddest part.
Isn't it exactly what you're talking about, infusing what belongs to them into yours to create an act for yourself?
Then the identity has to be there. You can take anything and things like that, but the identification of what you have needs to be in there. It's very important. That's what is missing. You know, Kofi Kenata them and things like that. They say that he's rapping and singing and putting some good lyrics and things in there. So he's trying to make an identity for himself. You know, there are some things because at any given time, if anybody hears your music, that person must be able to identify that this is Kofi Kenata or this is Ambolley or this is Joelaka or this is Papa Yankson. Because when you hear music coming from A.B. Cranston and things like that, the moment you hear the music and sing, you know that it's A.B. Cranston because there's an identity in there. And that is what is missing among the younger ones.
Great identity to make sure that they create their own stuff.
Yeah.
To copy too much.
Something has to be in there to identify that this is this, and this is what's coming from.
So I'm taking back to my question again. I mean, among the new arts on the blog, who's your favorite?
If I say, talking about, somebody who's my favorite, I'm finding it hard to take it.
I mean, you have a lot.
There's a lot, but I'm still finding, not that a lot, but the identification of what they are doing is not sitting right with me. So I'm finding it hard to say this is my favorite. Though lyrics-wise and things like, there are some that lyrics-wise doing good.
Like Sarkodie.
Sarkodie is a rapper. They talk about a fast rapper and things like, Sarkodie, but like what he did with what we call it, the guy who passed away from Takoradi.
Forgive me. Okay, I'll try to remember the name.
That they did a combination.
Yeah.
With High Life and his whatever that Sarkodie is doing.
And that was a record. That was a record by Hammer the last two, but then Sarkodie was on it.
Yeah, Sarkodie was okay. Whatever that Sarkodie is doing and things like his identification is in the rap, but he's left with the music. Sarkodie can take a High Life music and put the rap to it. And that High Life music will bring an identification, an identity to what he's doing. Because if that music goes beyond the shores of Ghana, there's an identity in there. That's what Sarkodie needed to do. If you take Adam and all that, because it has to take like me, because Adam is from Volta region.
Volta region, yeah.
You have to take that kind of, rhythmic things from Volta region and be putting the raps and things to it. That is the identity. One time I was watching a guy, I think he's also from the Volta region, but he took the Agbaja and he put the rap to it. I said, yes, that is it. That is it. The other time I was listening to Floating Stone or something. I think I said the brother to Ochami Kwame. I listened to him at plus 233. And he played about some two music. I said, yes, that's it.
The Adowa sound and all that.
And the rhythm and his rap. And I said, that is it. But later on, when I saw him and heard him, it's like he's becoming different. I think sometimes they need producers or they need, people behind them to be able to say, hey, that is it. That is it. Let's focus on this. Because if you want to go beyond the shores of Ghana, there has to be something like that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
But I'm tempted to ask you, how old are you, please?
Can you guess?
Okay, I might end up guessing, okay, 70 years.
Yeah, I'm 75.
75. I'm close.
You're getting close.
But you look amazingly healthy.
Like I said from the beginning, man, your body is your temple, man. Take care of the temple, and the temple will always take care of you.
And that is the message you are living with. Your body is your temple. Take care of the temple, and the temple will take care of you. I am Bright, and this has been 101. Thank you for watching.